Red Planet Mars is another one of our 1950s sci-fi pictures, and leave now for spoilers. I wonder if anyone truly cares though. It is another one of these red scare numbers. In other ways, it resembles the ending of Watchmen, as, even heavier spoilers, the presence of an extraterrestrial power is seemingly faked in order to ensure the unity of a divided global community. The film was directed by the debut feature, I believe, of one Harry Horner, who had been a well-regarded art director prior to this film. This picture is certainly art directed well, and a decent act of film direction in general, though it is easy to imagine many other directors inadequately realizing the very same material. So what happens is, a former Nazi scientist, Franz Calder, is recruited by the Soviet Union to hide out in a cabin in the Andes of South America, sending fake messages from a civilization on Mars to a Californian scientist couple, and this couple believe it 100%. It is amazing how no one is seemingly able to figure out what is actually going on here, initially. Here's the thing, this plan ends up working against the Soviet Union in ways they never even remotely expected. What would be the one thing the Soviet Union might not want to happen? Be overthrown by its masses and converted into a theocracy, effectively ending the Cold War as we all know/knew it? Well, that's the eventual result of these broadcasts being world news and claiming that there's a message that the world needs to repent, get rid of nuclear weapons, bring about world peace in order to ensure the approval of the divine, essentially. Well, you see, the United States government seemingly did get wind of this conspiracy plot. They began sending Franz Calder messages of their own. Calder claims he knew these were instead American in origin, but went along with them in order to try and see if he could bring down the Soviet Union, his nasty controllers, and he certainly does that. It ends with him, Calder, confronting the scientist-astronomer couple in their lab, and if I'm not mistaken, the film implies here that one of the messages might have been legitimately extraterrestrial, and Calder simply believes it was from the United States government instead of the Soviet Union. I may be misinterpreting this. It might be from heaven instead, actually. The couple sacrifice their lives, blowing up the lab in order so that Franz Calder cannot, blow the whistle and bring about world peace. Alan Moore and Ozymandias and all those cold sociopathic weirdos who very passionately advocate for what they did, like it's a preferable circumstance to bring about world peace and unity, they'd be so proud. Just to be clear, Ozymandias did the right thing in the context of Watchmen's narrative. The way certain individuals have eagerly asserted how correct and morally right Adrian Veidt, Ozymandias, was is quite creepy though. I think subconsciously they really like the idea of justifying a lot of death. It's a bit of an edgy, sadistic tee-hee-hee for them. If we're going to be disturbed, as these people insist, that Rorschach fans are apparently beyond the pale, they certainly can be, then denying that of these Ozymandias wannabe eugenicists is quite deliberately disingenuous. Though anyway, if I'm not mistaken, toward the end it might be implied the messages were from heaven itself. The last couple of transmissions anyhow. It's an interesting implication. The president reads aloud a decoded quotation, incomplete, at the film's end, of a passage from the Gospel of Matthew. You have done well, my good and faithful servant, Matthew 25:23. So do not expect a space voyage, as 1951's Flight to Mars was. Red Planet Mars is meant as something of a punny title. Not horrible, although ridiculous, seemingly well received to some degree upon release, considered laughable nowadays, and quite understandably so. Again, as I say, if one is so inclined, do give it a whirl, but otherwise, you know what to do. In any case, I hope all are well. Have a spectacular day, night, wherever you are.